Hello and welcome to the Rugby League Journeymen, your favourite rugby league podcast. So wonderful to be back for episode 2 of 2026. I am the Prof. Joining me is James Maloney. Hello, James.
Hello, Prof. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. And Jerry Latimore. Jeremy, how are you?
I'm good, mate. Never been better, as always. You know, highlight of me week coming here, and I've actually come in with a bit of an extra step in me. Far out. Extra bounce in me step this week. So
Okay.
yeah, because of our mate James, but we'll get there.
It seems like you're firing.
This coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
No. Just a reminder, if you're a sponsor, please get in touch. We need a sponsor. Also, you can book us for live shows, although just wait for this episode to see what we talk about and then maybe have a think whether you want to book us.
Get in early. Don't want to miss out.
I actually got a text on the way here about another live show I've got to talk to you about.
Did you really?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
No connection to Jimmy.
Okay. So, you know the show, how it works. You follow us at Rugby League Journeyman. We're not the X's and the O's. If you're looking for analysis, go somewhere else. The footy's kicked off now, so we've got plenty to talk about. But at the top of the show, and I want to know, one of you boys jumped in the rundown, and you wrote, there's a segment here, and it just says, Jimmy apologises. Did you...
I don't
Jimmy
know,
Maloney apologises.
I definitely didn't write it, but there's a new segment that we
Jimmy
like
apologises for ruining the night of 200 people in Parramatta. Is that? Did you? Off you go, mate. You do it.
Yeah.
Apologise.
So there's a new segment we've got. It's called "What's Pissed Off the Professor This Week," because every week, I've upset him. So
Let's address it.
I love it.
We had a couple of jokes at an event. It probably wasn't our crowd, and they didn't.
Not ours. Don't put us in your boat.
So this is how the
Your
segment.
crowd.
Are we not the Rugby League Journeyman, Jeremy? Are you?
Yeah, well,
out
that's
on
what,
your
if you're
own?
representing our brand, we need you to be better. And obviously, I'm big
Thanks,
on
Dave.
self-development and being better every day. You don't have that mindset.
So what pisses the prof off? I love this. There's things every week that piss me off. I'm 44 now, and I've got here this week people that can't hold their booze. I was sitting next to this bloke at a function on Saturday night, and he was blind, and to the point where he was shouting stuff across the room. I turned to him and I said, "Mate, is this your first night drinking?" Because I figured
Who
he's
was
carrying
this
on like
guy?
a 15-year-old.
I'd love to meet him.
Well,
He was,
Is this Langmack or is this Jimmy?
Anyway, apparently it wasn't his first night drinking. And then for the next 2 hours, he told me how awesome he was. And then he went on stage and
and what?
read the room wrong. That's what he
Yeah,
did.
you can't get them all right. So, unfortunately, hey, we live and we learn. We move on to bigger and better things. Kyogle this weekend. Look out.
And we don't have our handbrake coming with us, so it'll be just me and you, Jimmy, so we'll be right. And I'll be there looking after you.
Now he's on my team.
I know. What about
Wow.
him switching?
Wow, it's just gone.
All right, we're going to pile on you. How did you get knocked out that easy in that fight, mate?
Yeah, mate. When you're a heavyweight boxer, 2-1. Every now and then you lose. So.
Can I just finish what pissed Prof off? I just want to give a shout out to the second most drunk person in the room, the lady that abused me.
Yeah.
Who came up to me and told
About
me.
why'd she abuse you?
She said, that mate of yours, Jimmy Maloney's a disgrace. And I said, he's just sitting right there. She said, you're a coward to me. And I was like, what? Okay.
And how'd you sleep Saturday night?
Not that great. But I don't sleep well anyway.
Yeah. See,
Anyway,
I slept
shout
like
out
a
to
baby.
whoever the lady was.
Yeah.
I missed most of what she said because her breath was burning off my eyebrows. Great Chardonnay breath. Glad you were there. All right, that was what pissed Prof off this week. That's it.
I like
mate.
it.
It's a good
Mate, I
segment.
like it.
Anything else? I will jump into that later.
Oh, you got something else?
You rang me yesterday about some of these people out in the media.
Oh, pundits that have opinions.
Yeah.
You, as players, this must piss you off, right?
And because apparently there's been a number of podcasts and a few guys on radio who have never played the game questioning how tough certain forwards are in a number of teams, which obviously as ex-players, I don't think we'll ever have a direct crack at a player because we've been out in the trenches, and then you got guys who've done a journalism degree.
Can we stop talking in code and just say who was it and who were they bagging?
No, I don't want to say who it was because then
All
we'll
right,
start
whisper
we'll start
me
a
and I'll
turf
say it.
war.
Yeah,
No, we'll start a turf war. We don't need that. But all I'm saying, I feel like now the pundits with opinions outweigh the players that were actually in there doing it. And
Well, I don't think anything's changed. When we played, it was all the same. There was no difference.
same. There's that many guys.
There's always people that have got opinions on what you do when you're playing professional rugby league. And, I think the most important thing as players, you've got to understand the opinions that matter and the opinions that don't. And you know what? There's a lot of journalists out there that were good at English. That's why they're in journalism, because that's what they were good at.
Example
good
A.
at English. And then, you know, they're throwing their 2 cents in about guys who are playing a game that they've never played.
But it's the same as social media, right? Like you get people on there having a direct crack at individuals about performance and, you know, how they perform. And people are entitled to their opinion, right? But sometimes...
but opinions are like arseholes, Latsy. Everyone's got them, mate.
Exactly.
Doesn't make them important.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Very true.
Beautiful.
I like that, Jimmy.
Now,
full of wise
we do
words.
have a very special guest joining us. Former teammate of both of you, I believe.
Yeah.
You at Clubland, you at Origin level?
And Australia.
And Australia. Jeez, you were... Yeah, you know what? You deserve to ruin that night for those people. I didn't realise you played for Australia. He's on the line right now. Tyson Frizell. Mate, first and foremost, congrats on the win. I picked the Knights. These two blokes picked the Cowboys in the lead-up. So you guys must be pretty pumped about that?
I've been hearing them bagging us for a couple of weeks now, so that's all right. But
no, mate,
I'm just going to put some fuel on the fire for you, Frizz.
Yeah, that's good. Like you said, there's a lot of people coming.
Frizz, I just want to jump in there. Obviously, I picked you against Spoon last year. I didn't pick you there this year. And, mate, after watching you boys on the weekend, I just want to compliment the great Justin Holbrook. I love the way you boys attacked. I feel like the way you were swinging the ball from one side of the ruck to the other and the way you've got Dylan Brown into the game, Ponga was really good. I think the Knights will upset a few teams this year.
Yeah, it's been good. It's probably been publicised a lot with Dylan Brown and the spine that we've got. But look, it's only round one. We're still a group that's trying to gel together. And I think leading into this game, I think there would have been only about 3 weeks of footy that our spine had trained together too. So there's still a lot of learnings, a lot of growing to go for our group. But it was nice to play a different style of footy, a more attacking style of footy. And like I said, it was good to get a win over there after a great week.
Yeah, Frizz, I thought, obviously, round one, as you said, plenty to build on. You've had a few tries, three of them come off kicks, which is sort of something there. But the halves and the spine were running the ball a lot more, which looked dangerous, and that's probably something that you missed last year and that.
Yeah, as you said, our spine are quite good runners of the footy, so we don't really have a kind of structured sort of seven that controls the game and gets us in certain points, and they do that in their own right. But the more that we can get those guys running the ball, attacking the line, the more of a threat that we will be. And you could see there, even for Sharpie, that the small portion of the first half that he played, how difficult he is to handle when he's got his hands on the ball and attacking the line. And the same for Dylan KP. I think, like I said, KP's been training with us for 3 weeks, so he's still got a lot of cobwebs he needs to blow out. But it was a great start for the season, him. And obviously, Dill Brown coming in the side from Para there. He's been great for us. So look to see how those guys connect throughout the year.
Frizz, it was great that you won, but what everybody wants to know is, how was that week in Vegas, and did it get the better of anybody?
I'd say you got the better of me the first couple of days that we were over there, to be honest.
That's unlike you, Frizz.
We get a bit too excited. Even us older guys get a bit too excited going over there and enjoying ourselves too much. But it has to be done. I think everyone was in the same boat. You went over there, bright lights and everything, and we enjoyed ourselves the Saturday there and a bit of a training run on the Sunday, which I wasn't too good at, but that wasn't on the field. That was a bit of conditioning that we had to get through, but it was all worth it, mate. Like I said, you want to go over there and enjoy yourself, but most importantly, you want to come back with 2 points.
What's the stadium like to play in, mate? Obviously, it looked like there was a good energy there, and especially with them Bulldogs and Dragons fans, they're very vocal. How was the stadium experience for yourself? And I know you made a few NFL mates over there. Was there a couple of Tongan lads as well?
Yeah, there was a couple of lads over there, and mate, it was unreal. The stadium over there is probably up there with one of the best stadiums I've ever played at. Atmosphere-wise, it was kind of ideal for us because we got that middle game. So we got the back end of the Pommies, and then we got all the Bulldogs fans and the Dragons fans to finish the game as well. So we got very lucky there being that middle game and having probably the biggest crowd of the 3 games together. And to be honest, I didn't really know what to expect leading into the game. And obviously it's always talked about and you see footage of it in the past years. But the Thursday that we went over there and had the fan day was up there with one of the best experiences that myself and, you can speak to the players and the staff to experience having. I think there might have been close to maybe, I'm not even joking, probably about 15,000 fans just lining the streets of Vegas there, just waiting for their teams to come out and waiting for their fans to come out and, celebrate us. So, yeah, it was a pretty cool experience seeing our friend Jamie there. He was in a world of hurt.
I actually spoke to him this morning, and I was pretty aggressive to him on my chat, and he wasn't responding well to my chat. For those who are listening, it's GM is James Graham, and he's known for his moods, which can be up and down. And he's still recovering from his trip to Vegas, but he also had a pretty good time. Yeah. Mate. Yeah, obviously we're in the studio.
Speaking about good times, I had a cousin of mine that was at a function for the Parramatta Touch Footy side, and he said James Maloney he enjoyed himself quite a bit, so I'm not too sure. He didn't elaborate too much, but
I had a great time,
I'd love to know.
I love a good time, mate. We've had a couple together, mate, so I love that Latsy's tipped you up on that.
I didn't speak to him. Man, he actually had a cousin in the room, but what are the odds of that? Frizz having a cousin in the room in Parramatta.
What are the odds?
I'll give you a call after and give you a rundown on Jimmy.
Yeah.
But,
he didn't elaborate too much, but I'd love to get a little bit of knowledge on what happened there. And
no James, way, mate. Pick up the phone, mate, and we'll have a chat about it.
Okay.
I like to bring our mate down. I look forward to driving the bus over him when I call you. But, mate, we're in the podcast studio. We've got one of our partners, Common Sports, here. But, hopefully we can get to Vegas next year if Jimmy can keep his skin clean and we get to experience that whole week over there. It'd be great fun.
I've got to keep my skin clean.
Huh? What do you mean? I'm an athlete.
Well, that's what you just said. I've got to keep my skin clean.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Start using some moisturiser. Oh, but hopefully we get to experience that next year, Frizz. I'm sure, with us boys over in Vegas, Professor will come back with less hair. I don't know if that's possible.
I don't know if it's possible, mate.
But, obviously Jimmy's really worn. We've only been doing this a week. We done the podcast on Wednesday, a show together on the Friday and Saturday, and Prof's nearly tapping out from Jimmy.
Hey, Frizz, I've got to ask you, because you played these representative teams with Jimmy, so you lots of Origin, lots of Australia. Was he professional in those camps at all, or did he basically derail?
Mate, he is kidding.
Well, look at him laughing, because he knows.
You don't win Origin series fucking
Hey, Frizz is talking.
Yeah.
You listen.
Jimmy knows when to turn it on and when he can turn it off, and
we're yet to see that, Frizz, just FYI.
No, because he doesn't have a handbrake at the moment. So footy was his handbrake where he could, knuckle down and do the right thing and put game plans into play. And but there was plenty of off time, and me and Jimmy knew how to enjoy a good time. So I won't throw him on the bus too much. I was right by him following his.
Can you tell
Sorry
me
for living, Frizz?
Can you tell me the yarn how he tried to push you off the boat and your wedding ring fell off?
Oh, yeah, that's a good yarn. So every time we'd go on a camp, we'd get on a boat and we'd have sponsors on, and we'd all enjoy a drink, and then we'd go out to an establishment after that. And when we were getting off the boat one time, Jimmy thought it would be funny to pretend to push me off the boat, and I've got a dodgy finger and used to wear a wedding clip. And when he went to push me off, I went to grab the bar and it unclipped my wedding ring, and we both just looked at it, and it took about 10 seconds for it to fall off and plop right into the Sydney Harbour. And we tried to figure out a way how we were going to tell tell Sammy that I'd lost my wedding ring on a night out with the boys. But,
Oh,
so I needed Jimmy there. It took me a couple of days, and I needed Jimmy right there beside me when I went and told Sammy. But yeah, it was the last time I saw it.
Mate, that's Jimmy Maloney right there.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
it was like the chances of it, and as Frizz said, it was like it happened in slow motion. You know how like the boats are obviously the fiberglass and just slightly curved. And it was like, because we'd had a bit to drink, and we just heard plop. We just heard plop, and I was like, what was that? And he goes, doesn't matter. I was like, what was it? And then when he told me, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So we considered even getting some scuba divers to try and go down the next morning, but anyway.
I just didn't want it to ruin our night, so it didn't ruin it, but yeah, a bit of head noise the next day.
That's what I love about your mindset, Frizz. You're very much like me. You know, you always see the positivity in the night out, and you know, just in life in general. And Jimmy could, well, actually, you know what? Prof could take a few lessons out of that.
Have you just given yourself a rap while talking Tim up? You are amazing. Hey, Frizz, I've got to ask the black shoes. I love them.
Yes.
What's the theory behind them? The business shoes? Is it because you're going to work? What is it? I love it.
Yeah, not too sure. It's something that it was a little bit different when I was coming through, and not really anyone wore black boots. And at the time, I just thought I'd wear them, and then everyone thought it was different wearing black boots. So it just stuck ever since. And then finally got a sponsor after probably about 5 years of first grade, and then just stuck with me and sort of become a bit of a trademark for myself. I was actually going to wear white boots on the weekend, but wigged myself too much. Thought being in Vegas might do something different, but yeah, pussied out.
So is it a superstition now? Is that?
Yeah.
In that? Did you guys?
Yeah, pretty much. Them and some bike shorts on Captain's Run.
He actually doesn't wear shorts.
Yeah, without pants. Just showing the package off. The Tongan package.
Right, so Frizz never wears shorts on the captain's run.
And then in the
It's
locker
like
room, he
black
doesn't wear pants.
Yeah.
What about you two? Superstitions when you were playing?
Oh, I used to have to follow a bit of an order before the game.
Okay.
But there was, once that got thrown, Frizz, did you play? You would have played in the game in 2019 when there was that big car crash and two people passed away. But we had to.
Where are you going with this?
Hey, you know I go off on a tangent. But anyway, I was not concentrating and I missed the turn off to get to the game, and we're playing at 6 o'clock against the Cowboys, and I had to get on the back of a motorbike to the game.
Oh, wow.
I got there about 40 minutes before the game, and I remember I walked in and Corey Norman goes, "You're rattled." And I was rattled, and I had to squeeze everything into about 15 minutes.
Well, the good thing with Latsy, like it was 40 minutes before the game, but it was still an hour and 20 till he was going on. So, and he still had plenty of time.
That's true. That's true. No, you're the man.
You got one about making your bed every time you have to leave the room or something, don't you?
Yeah, I like to make on away games. I'd make my bed, and I remember the great Josh Mansell, a great mate of mine, and Jimmy's. He used to try and mess it up before the game, and I corked him before a game because I was filthy.
Oh, really? And he was on your team?
He was on my team.
So Frizz, did you ever share rooms with these boys on away trips? Were they ever roommates?
No. I always got stuck with either Joel Thompson or who was the other one? There was one other. Oh, and probably Jammer is probably the only one I got stuck with. So no one else wanted to room with them. So I was the only easygoing person.
Would have been fun.
Oh man,
he falls
he's
into
literally he's one of the best.
He falls into the Jimmy Maloney love of a drink.
Yeah, he got at me one night. I think we were playing Newcastle as well, and I tried to be really quiet. He was a light sleeper, and he had a crack at me because I peed in the water and not on the porcelain because it made too much noise and broke his sleep. So, and there was another time where he got at me because he was crook one night. I think it was against the Titans. He woke up crook with a fever, and he was strolling the room, and I didn't wake up once during the night, and blew up me because I didn't wake up because he was crook.
That sounds like Latsy.
That's legit story too. You know, that's his wife.
So when you were playing for Australia, Jimmy, and you were playing with Frizz, who was your halves partner?
Well, I was sort of, when I played for the Aussies, we still had Cronk and Thurston. So I was sort of behind them. So when we went away 4 Nations overseas,
Michael
I think
Morgan,
I had.
maybe? Michael Morgan?
No, I don't know if I remember Morgs. I remember being
Piercy.
with Fergo at one point.
How was that?
Oh, that was an experience.
What
but I had a
coach thinks
few.
it's a good idea?
I can't remember who else. Me and Moisa were floating around together, but I can't actually remember who I actually had as roomies. Like, yeah.
No. We used to room on our own when we were with Aussies. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's why I don't know who my roomie was. There was only a couple of times where we ever had to share. That's right. I reckon I had Fergo once, but yeah, we used to get our own rooms.
How did you go pairing with Cooper Cronk in the halves? You're very similar sort of guys.
And great friendship.
Right,
Yeah.
in terms of, well, we
Very
when we
similar
played,
personalities.
We played my debut. I played with Cronk. He was there, and I was in 6, and we killed it.
And off
we
the
were
field.
we were playing Scotland, so
Yeah, right. And off the field got on very well and
yeah,
similar.
we got on fine.
Totally, they are both different ends of the spectrum.
Oh, man.
Yeah, different people, mate.
He's professional. Jimmy's not.
That's
He
what,
doesn't
mate.
drink. Jimmy drinks a lot.
Latsy, when he decides to drink, this is Latsy. When
Mate,
he
we're
doesn't
talking
want
about
to
you
drink,
now. Don't throw
when
off.
he doesn't want to drink.
Okay.
Everyone else
Just
not
remember
allowed
Frizz
to.
here. Hey, Frizz, we've got a brand new segment on this show as well. It's called Jeremy Latimore's Really Big Question. And it's a philosophical question. He wants to ask each time we get a guest on something that's bigger than the game, bigger than you, bigger than any of us. Have you got one ready for Frizz?
I had a couple of questions, so I'll just throw one of them at Frizz. No, my one would be, if it was your last day on Earth, Frizz, how would you want to spend it? And would I be there?
As much as I love you, you're probably.
You wouldn't.
Sorry, mate, we just lost that sound.
Yeah, you and my family.
Yeah, my
I'll be
man.
hanging with you and my family. That's a deep question.
What
I
would
know.
you be doing, Frizz, with the
don't
family
know.
on the last day?
Eating. I love to eat, so I don't know.
Just so I know,
Love
so
you,
it's the
Sammy.
last day on Earth, and
Yeah.
everybody knows the Earth's going to end, and you have to break the news to your family that Jeremy
Yeah.
Latimore's going to be joining you.
Mate, I reckon Sammy loves me, so it would be
Yeah,
sweet.
she
She loves
does,
having me there. The boys love me. His dog
Okay.
loves me.
Yeah.
And just so I know, you're neglecting your family at the same time, or
No, it's only Frizz's. This ain't mine.
Yeah.
I'm still living, bruh.
oh, it's only Frizz's last day.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Have you got another
Oh,
one for him?
nice.
Big philosophical question.
Yeah, that's a-
If you could invite 3 people to a dinner party, other than myself, who would you invite?
Yeah. Anyone.
Anyone,
Dead
Anyone.
or alive?
dead or alive,
Dead or alive.
other than Zach Lomax.
Other than Zach, I would say Michael Jordan.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah. This is a bit funny. I'd love to hear from Donald. And then, who else would the third one be? Who'd like to come along? Who'd be a good laugh? Jimmy, you can come.
I'm a bit
If you
off
can't
that,
come,
eh?
that's it. There you go.
I love
Thanks,
that.
bro.
Okay.
There you
We'd
go.
have fun.
Is it like a breakfast? Like rather
Nah,
than later in the
dinner.
afternoon?
Yeah.
It's a long
Is
lunch.
It, is it, it's not
It's
a
a
long
long
Nah,
lunch.
lunch.
yeah, Jimmy likes long lunches, so we'll make it a long lunch.
Jeez.
Or just know
Yeah, I've got one for you,
he
Frizz.
wouldn't be
This is a big
serious.
one.
So yeah,
You're in a lifeboat, right?
yeah.
Maybe the same boat you're on, and you've got in that lifeboat is Jimmy Maloney, Jeremy Latimore, and James Graham. Now, there's only enough food and supplies for 3 of you to survive. Who are you pushing off the boat?
Oh, it'd have to be the 2 Jimmys.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
because you only
yeah.
needed to push one off, but you've pushed them both off.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, because I'm very, you know how resilient and I am persistent. So he knows that if he keeps me, we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
100%.
Yeah, and probably Latsy's probably the only one that would listen to me. So I feel like those other.
told.
I'm just a good mate. You know, that's why people love me.
Absolutely. Now, hey, we won't keep you much longer here, Frizz. Let's forecast, though. Second round, you've got, I did look
Yeah.
this up.
Who you
Sorry.
got?
Manly.
Manly?
Yeah,
At
Manly.
home or Manly?
I'm not too sure.
Nice.
What's the program now? You've only got back yesterday or today?
Yeah, got back to nearly about lunchtime yesterday.
Couple of days off. Well, how's the jet lag, bro?
Oh yeah, it was shocking yesterday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, had a good sleep last night, but then I think we got 2 days off, and then we're going to be training Friday, Saturday, and then yeah, straight back into it on Monday.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you're playing at Brookie, can I get some free tickets, Frizz?
Absolutely.
Terrific. There you go.
As long as you're backing us.
Yeah, mate. No, no worries. Yeah, we'll do.
I am 100% backing you, Frizz. I don't like
You're a week late,
Yeah.
mate. You didn't back him last week.
Yeah, well, next week, mate, you watch
That's
the pod. I'll
okay.
be definitely picking you.
Okay. Anybody got anything else for Frizz? We're going to let him
Nah,
get on with
been
his
a
life.
pleasure, Frizz.
Yes.
I'll call
Always
you
a
and give
pleasure,
you the
lads.
full rundown and fill in the holes that your cousin didn't tell you about on Jimmy as well,
Yeah.
brother.
I guess the last thing,
I'll
Frizz.
screen record it and I'll send it through.
Yeah, perfect. So we're about to do Jimmy's jokes, Frizz. Have you got a joke as we go, or do you want us?
No, I'll let that one slide.
Okay. Perfect. There you go. Tyson Frizell, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you,
brother.
lads.
Good win first
Love
round.
you,
Well
mate.
done.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good luck
Easy.
next week. Go
Cheers,
the Knights.
lads.
There you go, gentlemen. What
Yeah,
a,
good.
what a champion.
Mate, I love the technology, man. That's good. Maybe Jimmy will be able to get people on who can't make any because he only got one person in here last year. Tommy didn't.
So like the
Tommy Trebojevic, not Tommy.
No,
Dearden.
didn't. Tommy didn't. No, but he's talking about getting Tommy Dearden on.
Tommy Dearden.
I'd
I know
love
you
to hear
watched
from
the
Tommy
show.
Dearden.
That would
Great
be
bloke.
fantastic.
Totally
It is
different to
time
Jimmy.
for Jimmy's Jokes. It is a sponsored segment. As you remember, it's brought to you by Investment Window. Great to have them on board this year. If property investing has been sitting on your to-do list, Investment Window can make it happen. They'll guide on the best locations to buy around the country, negotiate and handle every step, starting from lower price properties in the 600Ks to higher budgets. Stop sitting on the sidelines and reach out to the team at Investment Window as they can show you some of the amazing growth their clients have seen and how you can do it too. Jimmy's Jokes. Who would like to
Jimmy's
go
Jokes.
first?
And we're going to have Mick on probably next week. So for our
Terrific.
avid property
Beautiful.
investors, get the scrapbook ready, notepad, and take some notes.
Fantastic. Jimmy's Jokes. Let's do it. Jimmy, over to you.
righto. What does Lord of the Rings and both have in common?
What?
In both, someone gets destroyed.
Okay. Okay.
Now, this is a hard one for me because this is something I always used to say to my wife, and I'm
That's
obviously
never seen the light of day.
What do you mean? It's funny. They laughed. The boys laughed.
I obviously I'm separated now, but I
Are
always
you?
yeah, but I always used
Catch
to
like you.
yeah, I always used to say to my wife, embrace the mistakes, and she always used to hug me.
I like that, mate.
Oh, that's the best dad joke.
Here's my go. What happens when you mix human DNA with fish DNA? You get kicked out of SeaWorld.
That was all right,
You
mate.
get
Me
it,
and you were
lads?
great. Yeah, I just went, you're average,
What do you mean?
mate. Prof.
Up top. All right. Hey, that was brought to you. That was Jimmy's Joke, brought to you by Investment Window. Great to have them on board. Big ballsy statements out of round one, folks. If you got something big out of those two clashes, let me tell you what happened. Obviously, those Knights got it done against the Cowboys 28-18 over in Las Vegas. And the Bulldogs 15-14 over the Dragons in extra time. Golden point, whatever you want to call it. Jimmy, big bold statement out of the first half of round one.
Oh, it's early, but I don't think Cowboys or Knights will play finals footy.
Oh, you say it now. Frizz has left.
No, I just don't. I think the Cowboys obviously defensively a lot of the time has been their issue. They leaked a lot of points for that, especially when you consider the field over there is 5. I think I was
Oh, is it
at an
narrower?
event.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5
it's like
metres
5
narrower.
meters, like which is a pretty substantial amount
Yeah, buddy.
in terms of like when you're trying to defend. So if
Sorry,
you're
what was that score?
Which one? The first one?
Yeah.
28-18.
to leak
So-
28 points on
Yeah.
a tight field, I think there's still a lot that needs to happen there.
One thing they have done, though, is because I think they averaged 14 points last season, so they've at least doubled their output in attack, which was a big
The
problem.
Knights, yeah,
Yes.
but 3 of their tries were from kicks.
Okay.
Like they don't, in terms of running through the line and plays, like that will come, as Frizz said, there's 3 weeks or whatever their spine have had together. But I just don't think they're there at the moment. I'm not saying they're not going to improve throughout the year, but I just don't think they'll end up in the 8.
Yeah, off the back of that, that's what I just think. new coach. Obviously, Frizz give us the inside mail on Ponga's only trained for 3 weeks. I think they'll get better as the year goes on. They'll be close to the bottom of the 8, maybe make the 8. But if Ponga stays fit, I'm picking him for Dally M fullback of the year.
Can I, just to break trend here a little bit, but so just a question, right? So when Braden come out of the line and hit Ponga late, all right, hit him high.
Yeah.
Got Simbin, all right? So when they say you high shot, what is it, substantial force or whatever, you're off for 10. If we're worried about head knocks and player safety, how come Ponga didn't have to go for a HIA?
I don't know.
Oh, he didn't go for
No,
it.
he didn't.
So he played the last 10 minutes. So that should have been Ponga. If they're talking about, like if you're getting Sinbin, because that's what the video ref is coming in, direct contact to head, reasonable force or whatever, surely that means, and then Ponga doesn't play the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely, but you also had the replays over and over again that saw...
and the doctor, the independent doctor. So I don't... Man. That's the one thing I don't understand. Like if you're talking about there's so many rule changes, like, not penalising short kickoffs and short dropouts, there's no penalty for trying them now because the whole thing is trying to take that high impact collision and we're trying to work out player safety. How does that not get go off for a HIA?
Great point, Jimmy. I feel like that is a great point. And Ponga's got a history of head knocks as well. So
I
that's not protecting the players.
it strange because that's an independent doctor too on the thing. So how does that not get checked?
You wouldn't believe it, like them being inconsistent in stuff though. You've never seen it in the NRL.
I don't get it. I don't get it when you've got all the technology where you can slow it down and you can see the impact, and then he stayed down. Like I don't understand it. Big ballsy statement, please, from those first two games.
I said, I'm going Dally M fullback of the year, Kalen Ponga. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. If he stays fit, because that's off 3 weeks training. I love the way Holbrook had him attacking on the weekend. I was loving the way they were switching their attack, and I think Dill Brown, the way they used him was really, really good. Ponga's going to get his hand on the footy a lot. Even when Sandon Smith come on for Sharp, he looked really good. Crossan was good at 9. And their attack, obviously Holbrook's the next half, so they'll have really good attack this year.
All right, very good. Fantastic. Big ballsy statement. I'm not going to say how the games were played because I never played the game.
Nice.
You see. So my big ballsy statement is they will have a little look at how they do those 3 games over in Vegas, is all I'm saying. I had a couple of mates that were there on the ground that thought the 3rd game was a little bit too much. Maybe they
you mean have an English game involved?
Yeah, mate of mine said no. Mate of mine said the English game was epic, right? Because of the fans.
Yeah, the fans. They bring so much.
The DJ gave up because the fans were singing so loudly. Yeah. He said that was amazing. And then he said the Knights Cowboys was epic, like really good.
It's a long time at a stadium, I think, and then. Like you hear certain people talk about, obviously, the price of, if they want to get a beer and all that in there. So 3 games, like there's no time at all in Australia where they ever sit through Magic Round.
Yeah.
But that's sort of a special occasion, isn't it? So, I don't know.
So maybe...
But even that last game finished well after 10 p.m. So people are going to want to... It's Saturday night in Vegas, baby. They want to go out. They want to hit the strip.
Yeah, I know, bruh. Hey, sorry, Kai, why are you laughing? I use the word bruh.
Is that intended for me because I say bruh a lot?
No, Kai thinks I'm old. Hey, no, what I reckon, going to toss this up, you go 2 games. You go the English game. I'm stealing somebody else's opinion here. Don't worry, that's what I do. You go English game into Australian game. Then, if they're talking about this global round, your 2nd game is in London. And then it goes there, and then it's a one-off.
Oh, in London, right.
Yeah, or London or Paris, New York.
Well, they're trying to grow the game in London. You know, obviously, Lockyer's gone over with the London Broncos. They're trying to... Because obviously, they've got the north of England, the Super League. It's all up the north. London's obviously a massive market, so... Well,
the Broncos won 108. Yeah. Was it 108 to...
I was talking to Campbell Gillard the other day. He's loving it. He said it's unreal, but they're absolutely dominating.
So they're in the 2nd tier, aren't they? But they've stacked the side.
Correct.
That's what happens, mate. So was it Toronto did that, the Wolfpack, before they came in. Mate, they're signing players on full-time first-grade players playing against park footballers.
Fantastic. Yeah. Let's see more of it. It's just blokes flogging blokes.
in front of 2,000 people.
Yeah, that's the way to get the crowds in. Hey, this team's going to lose by 100. Come and watch. Yeah, that's great. Hey, you've got a brand new segment, Player of the Round. Do you want to do it this week? We've only got
we're going to wait till after round one.
Yeah,
you want to wait?
But we'll let them know what it is. So after every round, all us boys on here are going to pick our player of that round. All right, so obviously we'll do this next week after round one, including all the games.
Yep.
And then it will go up on our socials. It'll go to a vote.
Oh, if Kai does his job.
On who's got whoever's got the least support from the pundits.
Yeah.
Then I've got this little hot chili spray that the next week, whoever's the lowest, they'll have to just take a spray of that.
Yeah, just one spray.
Just one
Because when you gave Latsy like 6,
he nearly died.
Yeah, he did nearly die.
But I kept drinking it, thinking that chili. Remember, I ate a chili off the plate of the salt and pepper calamari.
He thought the jalapenos. He goes, oh, these jalapenos are hot.
So he basically, Jimmy,
and then kept
I couldn't go to the toilet for a week.
Kept smashing his beer that was loaded with it.
Yeah, so what had happened, Jimmy had sprayed it in the beer, but Latsy thought it was what he was eating, so he kept smashing the beer.
Even though it was like, it'd gone green nearly, the beer, and I didn't pick up on it.
Anyway, classic Jimmy stitch up, like you did to those 200 people on Saturday night.
Jimmy Maloney.
Honestly, I want to apologise to all of them.
I even want to apologise to our listeners. Jimmy's just come in after having beer on his cornflakes. It's doing me head in.
Anyway, positive place. Positive place. I didn't really know where to go with this either because we haven't had the full round. Positive place. Have you got one? What can we be positive about? Rugby league?
Rugby league in Vegas. Nah, footy's back. I'm not even going to lie. So me and my young bloke were sitting on the couch. It was about 3:40 yesterday. I go, son, the team list come out in 20 minutes. And then they come through and me and him are going through the team list together. I love rugby league.
It is.
But then I get over it a few rounds in. But I am going to be up for this podcast every single week.
Jimmy, what's positive about footy being back?
Didn't we do this last week?
We did.
So we're doing the same win again.
No, well, it's technically the next part of the game.
All right, what about this positive place about the Knights having a win?
I like the way they attacked. Mate, positive place. Getting to see Tyson Frizell on a Wednesday morning. I love him.
Also,
just Newcastle. I think Newcastle playing well and being in good form is good for the game because they're a massive one-team town. You know, they should always be strong because they've got that whole northern New South Wales.
Actually, just on Newcastle,
so,
obviously before your event on Saturday, you were at the races with Joey Johns, weren't you? How was that?
Yeah, that was all right. We had a good time, mate.
You did, I know.
I was with 10, 12 other blokes as well.
Yeah,
so,
shout out Joey.
It was
Thanks
good
for
fun.
ruining my mate.
No, mate, it wasn't him. What's the problem?
Oh, it was yourself. Okay, so now you're taking accountability for your own actions.
Hey,
all right. Hey, we've got the second half of round one coming up this weekend. All the games on Australian soil. I have assigned you games, and Latsy, this is the spot where you do your Latsy statsy.
Yeah, I've got a couple of good ones too.
Storm v Eels, that's Thursday night. That's a cracking match. Jimmy, I have assigned you this game. Give us a little preview.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Obviously, going into round one, Storm have got, is it 21 years?
23.
23 years, there you go, that they haven't been beat in round one. But I reckon if there's any chance, I reckon they're
vulnerable.
Oh, just obviously Pappenhausen out. They got the young.
Is it Nick
Yeah,
Meaney?
Fa'alongo's
playing.
Yeah.
So,
who's exciting?
Yeah, but I just think there's a little bit going on. Maybe the fact the Zach Lomax saga, does that add a little bit of spice to it?
And so he's lost today, is that right, this morning?
Yeah,
Zach
he's
Lomax?
done.
Well, I think he was always going to. Like, he left knowing, like, he signed an agreement that I can leave, but I won't come back, whatever. Like, it was all in black and white. So I don't know how that happened. But anyway, back to what you got. $1.41, the Storm. Look, you don't know. You see, Parramatta obviously still got a gel as well. Last year, because I started thinking about it, last year, obviously, Moses and Lomax were a big key for both those, for that side at Parramatta, like where a lot of their points came from. So if you take Lomax out, look, I don't know. Maybe you just go with that 23-year trend.
And then overlays again down there.
Yeah, down at home, round one. I think they'll get the basics right, Melbourne.
I'm going to lead with round one last year, Storm won 56-18, but the Eels are in a totally different place now. I'm actually backing them to break that trend. I feel like their pre-season form is really good. I think they won 4 of their last 5 to finish last season.
5 of the last 6.
Last year, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 of the last 6. Interesting though, Pezzett, he's obviously Moses' half partner. He's come out of that Storm system. So, Craig Bellamy knows his game inside out. So I just feel like, it's a great game to start the season. But I feel like Parramatta, on their pre-season form, Melbourne were very average in the pre-season, but they get a lot of their big dogs back. Munster and Hughes didn't play the pre-season. But obviously, Katoa was out, back row of the year last year. Dalian, back row of the year. Lorero's out as well. So there's a bit of inexperience in that forward pack and on the bench. But I just feel like Parramatta are going to be up for it.
Let me give you a Profi statsy.
Hit me.
So Moses didn't play until round 7 last year. Or he missed the first 7 rounds, whatever it was, and they lost every game except for 1. So Moses coming out of the gates, first round.
He's vital for them.
Yeah.
I think there's no buts about that.
Ifs
just
or
interesting. The thing in early on in the season, all you got to do is complete high, defend well, and I think over 23 years it's shown that that's what Melbourne is all based around. They work hard, they defend well, and they
What was that? Complete high, defend well. We've got to get shirts made.
Yeah, it's true though.
I love it. Complete high, defend well.
And that's,
how good's that?
I think Jimmy said it last week. The attack's not going to be there to start the season. We saw that clearly on the weekend with all 4 teams. You build into your season, and it's literally the person who holds the footy the most and can defend their try line and not give shit ball to the opposition coming out of your own end.
Very good. Warriors, Roosters, that's your Friday night 6 p.m. match over there in New Zealand. I'm looking at you, Latsy. This is your go.
Yeah, obviously, last week I picked Sammy Walker for me, Dalian Player of the Year. I feel like they're going to be a red-hot chance this year. I wasn't, and as an ex-Warrior, I do love that football club, but no Luke Metcalf in the halves. Tamari Martin went down in the All-Stars game, so I think it's Tanner Boyd, who's obviously played a little bit of first grade, Chanel Harris-Tavita in the halves, but and Robbo's out for the Storm, the dummy half, so us for the Roosters, so there's a young bloke there who gets his opportunity who's played a bit of first grade, ILO, I'm not sure on the pronunciation, I apologise.
Kai. You obviously butchered it because Kai's cracking up over there.
Really? Roosters have won 8 of their last 9 versus the Warriors.
Is that a Latsy statsy?
No, that's not it. I've got to slow it down.
Have you got a stat on how many times Roosters have lost their round 1 game? Because I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it's
They do seem to come home with a wet
No, but Warriors have only won 1 of their last 4 round 1 games.
Is that the Latsy statsy?
Not either.
Okay,
I'm still sitting on it. But yeah, so mate, I'm going the Roosters. But Warriors at home. Them fans over there are the best. They get behind their team, and everyone loves the Warriors. But I feel like the Roosters would be out to make an impression with big that guy who left Manly. Good on him.
DCE, I saw him down in Manly 2 days ago.
Brush, yeah.
No, I spat on him. That's a joke. I would never. DCE, lovely chap. On to you. Anything on that game?
No, I just think Warriors had a disappointing year last year. I think after
they made the finals
last year.
Yeah,
they
killed it. They killed it last year.
Got knocked out.
Yeah, because they lost Metcalf, but they actually had a great season.
They were right at the top, and then they slid.
It was a year before they were really high.
The year before was the best year they've ever had.
That was the year before that.
Anyway, Warriors, man.
Wow.
Warriors, I'll start it off well.
Now, what about this for you?
How many years, Mike? Wait, we're talking about this year.
I know your years sort of morph into one. That's what alcohol does.
Here we go. Latsy's never drunk in his life.
How are you getting home today, mate?
Hey, riding.
I just got him an Uber. Take him as far as away you can from me, please.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'll see you at the airport.
Broncos, Panthers, 8 o'clock on Friday night. Oh, we all remember that.
That's 8:30 their time, 7:30 here.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, hold on. Is that 8:30 our time?
Sorry, 8:30 our time is 7:30 their time.
Is it really an 8:30 game? That's late.
I don't know. I've got it in here as 8.
Yeah, what? You said 8:30.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, who cares? It'll be a cracking game. Broncos favourites. Panthers. I think Panthers obviously have had a lot, no changes over the off season. I think they're going to have a big year. Obviously, last year they started so slow and were right down the bottom. So I think they'll put a lot of emphasis on the start this year. I reckon Penrith get the job done.
Yeah.
And they're outsiders.
Yeah, I know. And when Broncos, did they play last Friday? Was that the World Club Challenge last Friday?
2 Fridays ago, because last Friday would be the Friday before Vegas. Is that what you mean? Do you mean Friday?
No, so it wasn't last Friday. It was the one before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was
still
Friday
a lot
here,
of
Thursday
travel.
there.
Still a lot of travel that they're going to have to come back from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the World Club Challenge, Jimmy?
We went together. We went to Cronulla. I didn't play. He did.
Did you win?
Nah.
Why do we always lose over there? What's the go?
Well,
Because he got on the piss all week.
Well, I think, what, Latsy, you didn't drink? Here he is.
No.
No, I think, obviously, for the Super League sides, they're a bit more. They've played 1 game or 2 games, so they're sort of into their season. It's normally like a first trial run for the Aussie sides, and I think they just, obviously, they're forever trying to prove that their competition is equal to the NRL. So I think it means so much more to them. Like, they're so invested in it. And I think, our Australian guys go over there. There's an experience over on the other side of the world. The experience, like when we did it.
Experience like the clubs
we were
made
like
on Monday.
we were like 2 days before the game. We had a day off, and the whole team, we caught the train from
France.
London over to France and bike ride around all France and had a great day. Like, that's not something you normally do.
No, 2 days out.
He actually annoyed a few people, older people, on the train ride home there because he did a disgusting fart. Remember that? And you stinked out the whole carriage. And these old people were filthy.
Oh, I do actually. It was so bad.
It must have been bad if you blokes remember it.
I remember it. I just remember
It
everyone
was so
blowing
funny.
up at Jimmy.
Because it wasn't, I think I was just like.
It was out of character.
Oh, it's all the cheese and the soft meats.
No, it was the snails. Escargot.
Soft cheese and the hard meats. Whatever it is. Oh, the snails. Broncos, Panthers.
Look, it's a toss of the coin. I agree with Jimmy. I feel like Panthers are going to be hard to beat this year off, the prelim loss last year. Up there, actually, that was the last game they played. I think Broncos are aiming for 7 victories in a row. Obviously, the World Club Challenge doesn't count, and the way they finished the season last year, they're hard to beat up there. So I'm actually going to go the Broncos, but it won't surprise me if the Panthers win.
Very good. Okay, then we've got Sharks, Titans. That's Saturday at Shark Park. It will be raining. That's just how it works down there on a Saturday.
Sharks, Titans, interesting. Obviously, Josh Hannay coming back. Left Cronulla, go back there. But unfortunately, I don't think the Titans will be playing finals this year. Sharks, they'd want to be beating them if they're fair dinkum at home. I think Sharks win.
Latsy Statsy. Sharks have only won 1 of their past 12 round 1 games. And I'm picking the Sharks. I just, like Jimmy said.
That was so underwhelming.
No, but that was my Latsy Statsy. I just don't think Titans are there yet. They got Ilias and Brimson in the half, so Ilias will be keen to impress after a disappointing end of the season last year for himself.
So hang on. So Sharks have won only 1 of 12. You're going with the Sharks.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm countering my stat is.
So it's sort of bringing out a stat that's completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
And
Titans haven't won. Oh, sorry, but this is what changed my mind as I went deeper dive in my research.
Yeah. Cool.
Titans haven't won since 2017 versus the Sharks in Sydney.
Oh, so maybe that should have been your stat, and then you just leave the other one out. Anyway, we won't critique.
And Sharks have won 11 of their past 12 versus Titans. Hey, but just for those wondering and they love a flutter, any betting agencies want to get behind us, come support us. Yeah, there might be a bit of jam with the Titans.
Well, I did tell you he could load up the Bulldogs last week.
Yeah, and you would have been sweating like a gypsy with a mortgage if that was
you
the
wouldn't
case,
have a
because it was
mortgage
close.
If you loaded up like I told you.
Gamble responsibly. Actually, we don't need to say that. We don't have a sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor, so we can gamble however we like.
Seagulls, Raiders, blockbuster Saturday night.
Raiders by the length of the straight.
Well, I tell you what, this will be interesting. Who's playing in the halves now for
Sanders. Oh,
and
And
Fogarty.
Strange.
no,
Fogarty
Sanders is
for
with
Manly.
Strange,
There's
and then
Fogarty
Fogarty
and
and Brooks. So that's going to be interesting. Obviously, starts off.
Mate, I love that, playing against his old team. Fogarty, fantastic season down there last year. Raiders have won 2 of their past 3 games at 4 Pines as well. So stat that.
You know what? I got no idea who will
No
who will win this one.
How much did you have on your cornflakes today? Be honest.
It's just a throw of the
Bit of
dice.
Jack Daniels, boys. What do you
Throw
reckon?
of the dice. If I was going to tip anyone, I said this year Raiders won't make the 8, so probably should tip the Manly side. But I said they wouldn't make it either, so watch a movie.
Mate, you got to do your research for the pod next week.
What do you mean?
I need you more prepared.
Mate, I'm not betting on this game. Done. It's out. You let it go through.
All right. Yeah, very good. I'm hoping Jamal and Brooks mesh. That's all I'm hoping. I'm hoping we have a nice win there on Saturday. Mate of mine is
Are you going? Have you scored any free tickets?
7:35. No.
Tariq
Actually,
Trebojevic is there in the starting team, actually.
I should be getting one off them, or a mate of mine's now coaching at the Raiders, or the juniors. Gitz is now there. So
Oh, Matty Giddow?
Yeah, he's...
Is he back in Sydney? I think he's in
He's
LA.
at the Raiders. Oh, wow.
What?
What, are they playing rugby down there now?
Moving on. Latsy doesn't have a clue.
Oh, is it not Matt Giddow?
Matt Giddow.
Matt
He's
Giddow,
working
mate.
at the Canberra Raiders.
So he's not in LA, or is he coaching via Zoom?
Okay, I'm just going to go Dolphins, Rabbitohs. That's the last game. Bunnies already. Few injuries. What's going on there? We've got
Who's
Brandon
injured?
Smith with a calf, and then we've
Yeah, but
got...
that's all right after pre-season.
and then
Who
somebody
else
else
is
today went
injured?
down with a calf.
Who?
I missed
Mate.
it this morning. Have you got it, Kai?
What's- Can you get me something? Is
Well,
there a training...
Well, that young kid, you know what, just looking at the team now, that Ashton Ward, who only played, did he just play a game late? I've seen him
No, he played a
play-
few games.
Well, I've seen him play.
looks like Kid
Mate,
Leroy.
I like him. I reckon he's a good little player.
Gerringong product,
So,
shout out Asher.
excited. Geez, he's only a small fella, but I'm excited to watch him play. But he's coming up against Isaiah Katoa, who I think's an awesome player as well. So,
Jai Arrows.
Jai Arrow
Is
is
that his
out.
calf
Jai
as well?
Arrow.
Correct me. There's another calf this morning. Correct me if I'm wrong. Calf injuries are either you're flogging them too hard at the start of the season or your paddock's no good.
That's what I'm worried. Like, again, they've had a lot of soft tissue injuries over the last few years, and
Jai Arrow, there's a second calf this morning, Kai, I promise you.
great mail. That's bad mail.
Oh, it's way
Okay,
back.
back anyway. Anyway, I reckon Dolphins up at home. Got a good mate of mine, Anthony Katrupi's working up at the Dolphins, so
Was he MC at your wedding?
he was, yeah. So good luck, Anthony. I know I didn't pick him for the 8, and he was disappointed. He texted me, so
Well, there's only
I'm
8
sure he'll
teams
prove
in
me wrong. So good luck, mate. And I'm going to go the Dolphins up there.
So shout out Tommy Flegler. He comes back from that shoulder injury, and that's a great story.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't looking positive at different times. So I hope the big fella gets out there
He
and
had
plays well.
nerve damage, eh?
He did.
It was,
Yeah.
Is that the same thing that Sammy Burgess,
no,
retired
that
him?
was like the Simon Dwyer sort of thing. That
right, yeah,
nerve
yeah.
and
There's
all
been a
that,
couple
which-
over the last few years, yeah,
He's
with
had that,
that.
so-
So hopefully the big fella comes out and plays well. But
That's why you don't
the
tackle,
Dolphins,
fellas.
no money to be made in tackling. Shout out
No,
Jimmy
it's just
Maloney.
broken shoulders.
No money to be made. Yeah, no money to be made in being a good tackler.
Because what did you say? Nobody that makes tackles has ever been paid good money. Is that what you
It's
said?
true. It's true, mate. Everyone gets paid. Like, there's good defensive players, but they're all paid on their attacking ability.
That's why I got paid shit.
Tell me a guy who goes out and makes 50 tackles a game and is one of the highest paid players. None of
Shout
them.
out Ken McGuinness. I like this. It's a bit of a stat. The Dolphins were the number 1 attacking team in 2025. So hopefully they've brought in someone to run their defence, and they might keep the games a little bit closer.
Now, did
How were
they
they defensively?
Huh?
How were they defensively?
I actually didn't look at that stat.
So they, correct me if I'm wrong, their first couple of seasons they've been in the 8 basically all year and then just dropped off
Just
right
dropped
at the
off.
end and
Yeah,
dropped
they've
out.
started strong,
Yeah, they have,
haven't
yeah.
they? So
So maybe this is the year. Maybe they just hold on to that 7th or 8th spot.
Yeah, shout out Katrupi. But yeah, I'm going to go the Dolphins as well. I feel like, but the Rabbits, they're
South's good
they're
pile
looking
on
good.
100
They're looking
points.
good.
You don't know.
The Wayne Bennett effect is kicking in, but a big key for them is keeping their key players fit. The last 2 years they've just been rinsed with injuries, so hopefully they can sort out whatever is going on there with the soft tissue
is
injuries.
Campbell Graham back?
He
playing?
is, yeah.
right.
Campbell Graham's back
I think he's
playing.
on the wing, eh?
Yeah.
He's been out for a while. So, like, if you get you got White and Cody Walker, Latrell, Campbell Graham, like there's some
Well, for Fafita now, we'll see the...
He was good in the trials.
Yeah, let's
Big
see if
Huey Aiken.
Wayne's-
there's
He's
some
fit.
strike power there
worked
if
his
they
magic.
want. Yeah.
All right, hey, guys, there is no better show that analyses the round than this show. You two...
There's a few gems in there.
Mate,
Jimmy
me about it.
Maloney, no money to be made in chuckling.
That's about it, really, to be honest. There's a couple.
Is there nothing else?
Well, there was.
YouTube comments. Are we going to have a look?
Yes, sorry, yeah. So this is a brand new segment that Latsy came up with. It's called YouTube Comments, and it's where Latsy reads out the YouTube comments. I have no idea how he came up with it.
Right.
So let me just...
Is that because we discussed, like, pundits having opinions, and now he wants to give them a platform to have an opinion? Is that
what you're trying
is
to
that
do?
the concept?
Yeah, so-
Like, we just sprayed them all for having opinions when
but-
they don't know anything about the game.
No, well, that was more directed at journos who get roles in the media.
Yeah, and then... Anyways.
So who was it directed at?
All right, well, here's one. Latimore, you gay dating app creator, from Brian Kennedy.
I like this segment.
This is probably my favourite. Someone actually goes, was Latsy in Brisbane the week before his fight, as mentioned on the pod? Pretty sure I saw him at the Grand Central Hotel, local watering hole, implying I was on the piss. I wasn't. But I did get there on the Monday, but I wasn't drinking. Maybe I should have. I might have fought better. But this is my favourite one. Latimore makes some great points, and Jimmy can't help but be contrarian to everything. So he always argues against anything I say. Have you noticed this, Prof?
I have, but I don't think you're Robinson Crusoe there. I think he just argues with everybody.
Everyone. Yeah, well, even you made some great points about him being an absolute dickhead on the weekend,
Well,
and that was your fault because you're stiff.
Well,
Which that's right as well, but
I'm not denying that.
What do you need in terms to have some content? Do you need to have some back and forth, or do you all just want to go?
no,
yeah,
we're allowed
I
to have
agree,
the
I
same
agree."
opinion. But like, and what he said was the jersey sales is a great idea. Reece Walsh, mate, he'd be making bank. He'd be never looking to
we
go
said
anywhere.
that.
Yeah, no, but you didn't agree. You
I
argued
did agree
everything I
with that.
said.
We agreed. We just said that if you thought that would stop Saudi Arabia money for people moving,
Saudi what?
Saudi
money.
Arabia.
Oh, that was a good chat. Here he is being a contrarian again.
Well, in his defence,
here
like
we go.
conflict creates drama, and drama creates interest.
Oh, mate, and Jimmy Maloney brings
Can you imagine?
Johnny drama.
No, but imagine we were a podcast just where we went, great opinion, mate.
Yeah.
Hey.
What do you want? You just want me to just get
No, I'm with you, Jimmy. Keep
Never
on with that.
realised how cooked Jimmy's finger is.
Oh, yeah, show us your finger, Jimmy. Hold it up to the camera.
Professor used the same joke as Fletch did when they did that commentary episode way back with Hindy. You'll be hearing
I
from legal
produced
scene.
that.
Oh, here we go. Give yourself a shout out. Maloney
out,
becomes a day trader. That's the best Jimmy joke in a long while.
How are you going with the day trading, Jimmy, as we come to
Yeah,
a
still
close here?
learning it, mate. As I said, nothing happens overnight.
No, of course
So,
not.
Only you
know,
on the piss.
Take it on board and keep learning, keep grafting away, and
Jimmy Grafton.
If you're in the
you won't
Parramatta...
be laughing when I'm just cruising and just making bank.
Okay, all right. Hey, great show, everybody.
No, and then we have a segment, Jimmy's Day Trading, brought to you by Jimmy
Why not?
Maloney.
Why not?
Might not even turn up. Don't need this money anymore. Oh, hold on, we don't get any for this. Shout out to our sponsors, Latsy.
You went hard on the shout-outs today. Good.
Yeah, but
Thanks
it's good
for
to be
coming in.
back,
It
shouting
is.
everyone out.
So let me say this. You can follow us, you can like, you can subscribe to us at Rugby League Journeymen. That's everywhere. Leave comments because we've got a brand new segment, YouTube comments. Next week, if you say the person who read it out, we've got more chance of people popping them
Yeah,
in.
I did say a few of them.
You did? Terrific.
Yeah.
Very good. Big thanks to our sponsors. Yet again, if you want to sponsor us, please DM us at Rugby League Journeyman, and then Latsy will ignore it and never get back to you. So that's fantastic. Anything else left to say, gents? Enjoy the footy on the weekend.
Shout out to the live shows.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going away with you, Jimmy, without a handbrake. We'll have a great weekend.
Oh, you're back on his team?
Shout out to Kyogo.